What's up, people? What's going on? I'm back live. I know it's been a while. It's been since Monday. I was gonna go live yesterday, but I decided to go ahead and switch over to my new PC because the other one would just give me way too many problems. And that's not even an old PC. You know? So I was doing that yesterday. And I had to switch over everything, man. Because when you do content, there's a lot of different things that you have to go in and you got to put all your certain thing, your apps, to get all your routine the same. When you have a routine, you switch over to a new PC, you got to put all the other stuff in there. But I've done it a few times, so I've gotten used to doing this big switch over. So I know what to do. But shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. I'm back live. Oh yeah. This is one thing I don't like to see, and I've said this over and over and over. If you got a topic, send it to the email. Okay? Because if you tell me in the chat room, especially this one person that kept saying it over and over and over, you will get blocked. You won't get put in timeout. You're going to get blocked. Because you know the protocol. I told you, you can send it to me through Twitter or Instagram or through email. Telling me in my chat is going to do nothing. Okay? But get you blocked. That's all it's going to do. Sometimes I could wait all day to do a show. And then all of a sudden, instead of you sending it to me, you want to tell me when I'm live about something that done happened. That's protocol, people. That's protocol. Nothing changes just because I ain't been live in a couple days. But shout out to people that's here. Let's see who's here early. I like when people are here early. Because, hell, I'm here early.
Super chat for providing live content to listen to while studying. Much love from Toronto #Disney.
All right. Shout out to the Jaw. Shout out to you from Toronto. I appreciate it. Let's see. Sarah Lou, Vern85, Shantia, Hattie, JR, King Dambo, Rick, 25 Kid, True, Randall, Eternal, Ashley, Israel. Let's see. Abby, Ramir, Angela C, Unicorn Cavs, WR3, Long Tongue, KB Jones, Yvonne, David, CN2, Sakpasa, Nevia TV, Tamisha, Mark, Classy Young Man, Jason, Ernest, Edna, Don Julio, D. Claytonus, Ashley. Is it Dr. Rich Star or DR Rich Star? Mighty Ape, Lando, Steven, Ricky, Matthew, what's going on? Make sure y'all like the stream as you come in. D Breakdown, Businessman Streets. Now, from the thumbnail, you know I'm going to be speaking about a video that I came across. But it's not just going to be this video I came across. It's going to be, I'm going to speak about some other things too. And about this female crying because she kicked her boyfriend out the house and he wouldn't come back, or he left and she thought he was playing. See, these are the type of games that you got. These females, these modern day females, they like to play. Like I'm gonna do something to trigger him, and he's going to try to win me back. I'm gonna get the upper hand in the relationship. I'm just gonna vent, make him feel bad. But what happens when he don't come back? What happens when he decides to just leave and go to his other woman? See, this is why you got to stop playing these games. Okay, Alma, I appreciate that. Alma, shout out to you. But I also want to speak about something else, man. There's some things that's been bothering me. I did the video today about Gina Carano. I was very upset when I saw what the Twitter weirdos did. And people wonder why I am not offering up, but wanting to be on camera a lot, right? Well, you have to understand there's a lot of lunatics and weirdos out there. And they like to troll and they like to go at people that they don't like and try to cancel them, try to ruin their careers, ruin their life. Twitter has been weaponized to destroy people, to make people bow down to them. All right? And that's what our society has become. You got a bunch of cowards, man. Unfortunately, those cowards have say so. They have power that was given to them by the people. You know? This is what happens when you give cowards power, man. They don't know how to use it. You give a lot of mentally unstable people internet and you give them social media. Look at what happens. You got a lot of mentally ill people who are making these companies bow down to them. Hollywood is on their last legs. And they're making it worse by being super political and super woke. How are you going to be able to afford your multi-million-dollar mansions and boats and vacations if you're not making that type of money yearly? See, Disney had their best year, a couple years ago. But since, I would say, the start of 2020, they have been struggling. Through CV, they have to close down parks. They haven't really, they're trying to get this network going with Disney Plus. You know, they really don't have any movies coming down the pipe that is really going to make them the same amount of money that the previous film series has. They're in restart mode. But they have a lot of rich people running these companies, man. And they employ a lot of people. And you want to be super political and you want to divide people. You want to divide your... Listen, man. The one thing I can say about me is I built my audience off of me. And the changes I made my audience bigger. It didn't make my audience smaller. It made my audience bigger. If I had stayed on the same trajectory, I would have been smaller and smaller until I went into irrelevancy. Yeah, I would have had a small, crazy core group that I would have appreciated, but that's not where I wanted to be. I wanted to grow. And when you grow, you make changes. But those changes are actually for the better. You know, I don't want any lunatic, fringe, crazy, delusional people following me. And I've had to make that clear. I've had to make that clear of the type of people I want supporting me. So you make the necessary changes that benefit you, not harm you. Now, when you run a multi-billion-dollar company, man, you're trying to be political, but not understand you're alienating the paying customers in favor of the people that don't support your network. They don't buy your merchandise. They don't go to your film, watch your films. You're harming yourself financially. The changes I've made haven't harmed me in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I got some people that don't like me now that probably used to like me a couple years. I don't care. They're losers. Who cares? They haven't donated a dime. I don't think anybody that supported me on Patreon, shout out to the patrons, anybody that has been a member, I could honestly say I lost and regret it. Now, I've had people who've donated and supported who are no longer here, but those people were crazy anyway. Those people were, something was wrong with them already. I made changes for the better. F your money. Some of them had to go. They had to go for the betterment of myself and them, mostly them. But sometimes you make those changes in life that is actually beneficial. The changes I've made have been very beneficial, and I don't regret any of it. Because sometimes you have to let go of the dead weight. You got to let go of people who are just there because they want to vent and let go of steam. Yeah, you can do that on somebody else's shit, not on mine. And a lot of the people that support me, who've donated to me, who have been day one supporters, they support, and they see the growth and the changes in the platform. And they say, okay, that's the direction he's going in. So I'm going to support that. I'm not going to be an anchor. Some people are just anchors. They need to go. They need to go. They're only dragging you down. They need to get out of here. Right? So I've gotten rid of dead weight. I've gotten rid of the mental insane. I think I may have one or two people that may watch my videos that might be a little mentally deluded, but you already will know who they are. And you already know who they are. Well, for the most part, the people that support me, the people whose opinions I would value over others, they have my best interests at heart. So they're not going to do and say things that are going to be detrimental to me. And I would hope that, people understand that sometimes changes got to be made for the better. And I've made changes for the better, But shout out to everybody that's here. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream, man. I'm gonna get started, but I had to speak on that, man. I ain't been live since Monday.
What's up, Jay?
What's good, Alpha Wiz? I'm gonna play the video. I'll get to the video when I'm ready to get to it. I'm live. This is my live stream, and I got stuff I want to speak on because it needs to be said. Maybe you can leave and then come back, and maybe I'll be playing the video now. But shout out to everybody that's here, man. I got some new merch in the merch store. So make sure y'all go over to Teesprings and check out the new merch. I'm going to have the Chat Elite merch in there soon. Soon I will have the Chat Elite merch in there. Can't wait for y'all to see the Chat Elite merch I got. Not a member yet. My ex-fiance turned me on to you. Keep up the good work, bro. I appreciate that, Chuck. Shout out to you. Now let's get into this video. All right. Let's get into this video. Where is it? It's not a long video.
When you tell your boyfriend to leave, but you don't mean it. And then he actually leaves.
Huh? He actually leaves? Didn't you tell him to leave?
I have only been casually clapping cheeks during my 15 years career with women. I'm considering doing this forever. What say you? Ridiculous.
Well, JR, I would tell you to continue on the trajectory that you on, bro. And if it makes you happy, then do so, JR. That's what I would tell you. If that's where you want to go. Because a lot of times, you know, guys will be clapping maybe one chick, two chicks, three chicks, maybe all at the same time, maybe one for about a good stretch of amount of time. So it just depends on what makes you happy. Let's play this video again. All right. Here we go.
You know when you tell your boyfriend to leave, but you don't mean it? And then he actually leaves.
Why is everybody putting everything on TikTok? Yo, why is everybody putting everything on TikTok? It used to be everybody would post things on Twitter. They will post things on Facebook or then Instagram. Now everybody's putting their business on TikTok. Everybody trying to go viral. I guess TikTok is a window to getting viral. But why would you put this out here? You can tell the dude didn't come back because she hopped on TikTok and had enough time to post this. If this is hers. I don't know if this is hers. It might be hers. But they're willing to be crying real tears on TikTok just to go viral. These people put all their business on TikTok. They could be going through the worst thing ever. And this is why the title of the stream is about women being delusional about relationships. Why do you think you can play games with men these days who probably have other women that they can get with? Just because he told you you're the most attractive woman he's ever been with, just because you probably made him jump through hoops to get with you, don't mean that he ain't got other women that he can get with. So if you tell him to get out, oh, trust me, he's going to leave, and then he's going to say, well, I done broke up with her, and go run into the other women. All you did was open up the window to him getting with other women. That's all you did. So when you told him to leave, you're like, oh, okay, I'll leave. So I've been texting this chick anyway. I've been texting her all day anyway. That's all you doing.
Whatever happened to suffering in silence?
There is no suffering in silence anymore. It's about suffering for TikTok follows. You know? So that's why when you look at the behaviors of a lot of women these days, they live in this mindset of, I made this guy work to get with me. I can treat him any kind of way. I can play games with him. And he's just going to come back.
You know when you tell your boyfriend to leave, but you don't mean it? And then he actually leaves.
Yeah, he's left and he's not coming back because of your attitude. When you are somebody, again, stop playing games with these guys. They have other women. You're not as important as you think you are. You're going to get dumped and you're going to be alone. And all you're going to have is TikTok. That's all you're going to have.
Privacy is out the window these days.
Oh yeah, privacy doesn't exist anymore. I am fairly certain that privacy doesn't exist anymore. It's all about, wow, if I'm this person just hurt my feelings. Let me go hop on TikTok and see if I can get me 100,000 follows, get me a bunch of shares. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. They're using their pain to go viral. That's sad, man. They're using their pain to go go viral. It's just like the chick and the dude who claim to be stepbrother and stepsister. They say they've only been stepbrother and stepsister for like a couple of years, but they fell in love with each other. And they're putting it on TikTok and they want to throw it in people's faces. But if you look at their TikTok page, you can tell that they're just trying anything to go viral. So instead of people keeping their business to themselves, they're putting their business out there to see if they can go viral. See, they don't care about privacy if they can build a following from it. I just seen one idiot, a black male, of course. He went and delved into the Gorilla Glue and ended up having to be rushed to the ER. Seeing as though you already had the other Gorilla Glue chick, who luckily for her was able to keep her hair, right? Shout out to the brother I retweeted. You know, he came up with something. Maybe him and his team, they came up with something. Probably was majority his idea. Probably was his idea, the whole thing, and was able to get it to where she could keep her hair, which was lucky for her. Hopefully, she never put no Gorilla Glue in her hair again. And you got people doing the Gorilla Glue challenge, and this same female was talking about suing Gorilla Glue. And you got all these mentally unstable people getting on here trying to go viral by any means necessary. You people are weirdos. You're nuts. And you need psychological evaluations before you're even allowed to post anything on social media, I believe. You know?
She is also looking for sympathy. The tears are just so somebody can feel sorry her. Attention seeking is a drug.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's in pain. She realized the dude is gone. So she want to post this looking for sympathy. That's what it's about. I see you, Raina. What's going on? Make sure y'all like the stream. All right? Like the stream. Let's play this again.
You know when you tell your boyfriend to leave, but you don't mean it?
Don't mean
he
it.
actually leaves.
And he leaves. Yo, this dude done went to his other woman's house. Of course, again, he got other women. He got other women, and that's why he decided. He said, F this, I'm going to go to this new chick. All right? But what y'all got to understand is there are a lot of Captain Save-A-Hoes that would hop to her defense. There's more of those type of guys than there are of guys like me. Or maybe guys like you. There are a lot more of them that will hop to her defense when she's not crying, when she's a little bit more dolled up. Oh, trust me, you dudes will hop to her defense. You know? Some of these guys can pretend like they, I ain't gonna fuck with her, man. But I bet you would. If nobody's around, I bet your sorry ass will go over there and try to holler with her. That's how you be getting caught up. Let's play this again.
You know when you tell your boyfriend to leave, but you don't mean it. But then he actually leaves.
Yeah, he left because he realized you ain't shit. He said, all right, you listen, man, let me go to my other chick house. I ain't got to deal with no fighting. No dude wants to fight with his girl. None of these dudes want to fight with their girl, especially if they got like 5 or 6 other women.
Keep black women out of Home Depot and Lowe's nauseated face.
Listen, man, nobody wants to be fighting and arguing with a chick that they probably are tired of anyway. If a guy's tired of you, you better make sure that you're not trying to create fights and arguments with him, to play games with him, to kick him out of the house and think that he's just going to beg for you to let him stay. If a dude don't have to rely on you for a place to stay, he's not going to stay. You're wasting your time. Stop playing games with these dudes. Too many of you heifers are playing too many games.
She's easy prey for a lot of dudes.
Thanks, man. Stop playing games. Now, I will say this, though, because I'm not going to say there aren't guys out there who have literally said, I've heard them say that they like to argue with their girlfriends. They like to date females that are feisty, right? That get on their case. There are dudes like that. They like to have those back and forths, right? But there are guys that don't like all that. You got guys that are so used to living off women that they'll put up with that. They're used to it. They're used to arguing with their girlfriends because they're living with them. They're living off of them. So they have to play ball. But if a dude has his own car or even has his own place to stay, he is not going to engage in games with you. He's not. They're not going to sit there and argue back and forth with you if they have a place to go. But so many of these guys are living off women that they really don't have no place to go. So they get used to confrontations with their girlfriend.
I guess he showed her better than what he can tell her. She thought he did not have a place to go to.
Right. She didn't think he had no place to go.
I can see a possible train as sexual freedom face with rolling eyes.
See a possible train. Okay. I'm telling you, man, a lot of you ladies are you're playing your cards. You're too confident with the cards that you have. And what you may not understand is that dude has a better hand than you. He may have put up with you for a while, but he's going to get tired of putting up with you. But some of these guys who are so used to living off women, they put up with the games. They let you kick them out of the house and they come begging you to stay. They ain't got nowhere else to go. They ain't got no car. And you're only crying because you realize when he really did leave and he's not answering your phone, you already know what's going on with him. He's with somebody else. He ain't with you. You have lost this engagement. You've lost this back and forth. And that's what's going on. The games that are being played by these modern women, y'all better stop it. Because these guys are wisening up slowly. There's still a lot of suckers out there. There's still a lot of guys that finds empowerment living off women who could barely pay their own bills. That's why you had them chumps in the last live stream who towards the end, they were getting in their feelings because I was hitting a nerve. This is the type of things that happen to dudes that have no place to go. They have to argue and bicker with the women with them because those women don't respect them. If a woman is kicking you out the house or is telling you to leave, she ain't got no respect for you. It should never get to that point. But some of these males didn't like what I was saying because it hit a nerve. Because there's a lot more of these guys that need these women. You know, it's like a majority of these guys that are out here actually stuck. And they have to put up with the disrespect, the taunting, right? Being treated like a child. They got to put up with that. I've never had to put up with that. I never will put up with that. That's the difference between, you know what I mean? Ain't no female going to be playing no. At the first sign of games being played, I am out of there. I'm out of there. That's the difference. See, women know who they can pull that shit on. And the stuff and the guys
Don't
that they
poke
can.
the bear because it'll eventually attack. She thought he would not call her bluff and he said, "Oh yeah? Hold my beer," and took off.
Yep, absolutely. AJ.
Some women are playing Russian roulette, which can backfire in due time.
Yep, Abby, appreciate it. Now, this isn't the only thing that I was going to speak about today. There's another story that I plan on speaking about as far as delusional dating. I may have to do like a delusional dating show each week. I came across this too. Can y'all tell me what that title says? Speaking of homosexuals, guess the race of these morons who did this. Guess the race of the morons that did this. Probably was the well, I done showed y'all. Probably was the two idiots that was in the live stream mad of the last show. We already know the race, but there was a woman in Texas. The woman in Texas got cleaned out by some homosexuals. Yes, she did. She got cleaned out. You just won't believe what is going on here. But this according to TMZ. All right. These two guys right here. Oh my God. I think these was the two in the live stream Monday in their fields when I was talking about these homosexuals. All right. It says Bruno Mars' 24K magic became a $100,000 nightmare for one Texas woman.
I think she's just hurt because he won't be there to take out the trash anymore.
Right. Yeah, she got to get up and take out her own trash. Shout out to you. Who told cops she was hoodwinked into forking over a fortune to someone passing as the singer. Y'all know this cannot be no melanated American woman they did this to. The alleged victim was 63 years old when the cop told when she told the cops in Houston she made an Instagram account in 2018 and connected with someone claiming to be Bruno. She says the person developed an online relationship with her and eventually asked for cash.
Nigerians out here wildin' since Jussie Smollett, tears of joy.
Absolutely. You can tell this was a very lonely woman. There's a lot of lonely women out here, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of lonely women out here, man. All you got to do is talk to them. There's a lot of lonely women, but 63, you should have your mental faculties enough to know when you're being conned. All right? You should have some idea that something ain't right. Of course, as if oftentimes the case with these stories, she says she cut a couple of checks and put them in the mail as instructed. One for $10,000, another for $90,000. Probably her husband or ex-husband's money. I bet you that's who money it was. Police say the money found its way into the bank account of Chinwendu Azu Wanwu. I believe that's how you say his name. A local man who was taken into custody on money laundering charges along with alleged accomplice Bazu Ahmadi, who is facing similar charges. Both men were in court this week. See, the Nigerians didn't get away with it this time. Yo, this ain't the first story, man. This is like the 8th story I done told about these Nigerian guys finessing money out of women. There was one story I did, man. These guys had a whole network, and they were finessing money from this woman, finessing money from that woman. Are these women really that? Are they really that lonely, or are they just getting pictures and they're like, oh my God?
Nigerian weakness is jollof rice works every time.
And I'm saying to myself, like, these dudes must be sending these women pictures, and these women are looking at the picture, they listening to the voice, and they are daydreaming about being with these guys or something. Mace Windu. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, 2 cashier's checks were made out to Shy Autos at the behest of the fake Bruno to cover tour expenses. That's what he told the woman anyway. She says he also told her he was leaving the tour to come be with her. That's what she wanted. She wanted him to come visit her. She knew that what them people ain't had nothing to do with no. Bruno Mars makes a lot of money. I don't know about last year because touring was pretty much done last year, but Bruno made a lot of money on one of his recent tours. Bruno Mars makes millions touring. Why would he need you to fund his tour unless you was tricking that? You knew you was tricking that money off. But you didn't want to admit it. So they see this 63-year-old woman, then they see these 2 knuckleheads, and they're like immediately, yeah, she conned them. Y'all see? She went right with the I'm an old woman, got taken advantage of by these 2 Nigerian knuckleheads. She used that defense. I'm telling you, man. She thought she was going to get her some D. That's why she was sending that money. That's why she was sending that money. She thought she was going to get some D when they got off tour. She thought she was going to get her some D.
$100,000? You can't make this shish tea up.
Right, Angela? Right, Angela? 100,000. They said, oh, we got 10. We could probably get 90. And she sent 90. I'm telling you, I think they sent her some pics, man. Had her mouth watering. She thought she was going to get some Nigerian desert. So she sent that money with no hesitation. I know the bank was looking at her like 90,000 cashier's check. Miss Green, do you really want to send us some amount of money, Miss Green?
Nigerian girl gets expelled for Cardi B posts tears of joy too.
Thanks, man. Cops told local news outlets they believe these men may be low-level crooks working for scammers overseas and are hoping they cooperate to help uncover a potentially bigger criminal ring, which means these guys may not get no jail time. They might get a slap on the wrist and become informants. But their faces is already out there. As for Bruno, pretty sure this is something he does not like. He does not like, not at all. Of course he wouldn't, man. Why would he like people using his name to get paid? And this sad, man, because again, this woman is 63. She's not completely out of her mind. Listen, man, she was talking to at least one of them. And in her mind, she thinking that she about to hook up with one of them. That's what she was thinking about. Her mind in that moment was cluttered. You had never met this guy, but as soon as this guy got off tour, you were gonna go spend time with you. But hold up, you ain't never had a conversation with him in person. Your conversations were online or on the phone anyway. Right? That's the only way y'all was communicating, was through the phone. Well, y'all was Skyping. Was your FaceTiming? Does she even know what a FaceTime is? She started that Instagram so she can go look for young dudes. Okay? She looking to go and try to meet with these younger guys. That's why she got that Instagram. And she thought that she hit pay dirt when she met these two guys. She met these two guys and, you know, she started that Instagram because she's probably got divorced and got it probably on a whole bunch of dating websites. But I'm telling you, she was thinking, she had other things on her mind. She wasn't thinking about the 100,000 she sent it. She was thinking about what she was going to get when he got off tour. That's what she was thinking about. I'm telling you, man, these older women be just as horny as the women in their 20s and 30s. They be even lonelier though. Their kids is grown. Even the grandkids done got older. So they're alone. They probably divorced or they widowed, right? And, you know, they really don't have anybody to really communicate with like that. So they end up getting caught up in these scams or getting scammed by these guys. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate situation, right? Oh, I got more I want to show. All right. This is from, let's see. You got video on it?
Skill up.
Oh, no, they don't. This is another article from Texas. Let's see, Houston, Texas. Even with the Valentine's Day approaches, some romance, especially those involving world-famous pop star, may not always be as they appear. Case in point, a Houston man appeared in court overnight accused of posing as recording artist Bruno Mars on Instagram to strike up a romance with a woman and coax her out of 100,000. Out of 100,000. Is this the video? I think this is the video here. Okay.
Chinwenzu Azanwu.
He had a hard time too.
How did I do? Thank you, sir. Mr. Azanwu is charged with the third-degree felony of money laundering. This case is assigned to the 232nd District Court. Are you a United States citizen, sir?
I'm a resident.
I said, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir.
You're a citizen of which country?
I'm probably a resident.
I understand you're a resident, but you're a citizen of which country?
Nigeria.
Okay, now.
He didn't even want to tell them whether he was a citizen or not. And he didn't want to tell them what country he from. But bro, we know that you're Nigerian. We got some Nigerians in the chat. They know where you from. And this guy looks nothing like Bruno Mars. So what this guy had, like one of those fake pages, one of those fake celebrity pages that be having like a whole bunch of followers. That must have been the one. But again, how does a 63-year-old woman know who Bruno Mars is?
Nigeria, okay. Public defender?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Azil, who is, has no new violent criminal activity flag, Judge. He is below average risk at a 1-1. He's basically no all the way down the PSA. He is 38 years old, Judge.
He better use diplomatic immunity, Nigeria.
What's good, Charm?
He's lived in Houston for the last 14 to 15 years. He's lived at the same address for the last 6 years. He just recently lost his job, Judge. However, prior to that, he'd been working as a forklift driver at Cardinal Health. He is applying for government assistance, Judge. He is able to make it back to court. Judge, in this case, when he found out about the warrant, he hired an attorney and hired a bail bondsman. Judge, they went to court. I think initially this was in the 184th, and then it was transferred, and so they had court reset for this, I believe it was this Wednesday. He's not a flight risk. He's wanting to take care of this. He's wanting to deal with it and make his court hearings and fight his case, Judge. The dates of the alleged, of what is alleged are from 2018. We would request a $1,500 personal bond in this case, Judge. Thank you.
Gonna set bail at $30,000. As conditions of bail, the defendant is not to have any contact with the complainant. No threatening or harassing communication with the complainant.
You know she ordered some outfits from Victoria's Secrets and was waiting for Bruno to come. Over.
Yes, she probably did, man. She probably had the works. Probably had the house made up. Probably did go and buy some lingerie and all of that.
The defendant is to surrender all passport documents to pretrial. The defendant's travel is restricted to Harris and contiguous counties. No drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, no weapons.
And that's it for that.
Skill up.
All right, let's look at some more of this article here. According to the charging documents, Azawu, I'm going to go by Azawu, I think that's his name. Azawu is connected to a scheme that happened between September and October of 2018, involving a 63-year-old North Texas woman who told police she created an Instagram profile in search of companionship. She created that page to get some D. That's why she created that page. She wanted to know where the younger guys are at. She say screw trying to find somebody her age. She was looking for a good time. That's why she got on Instagram. Because Bruno Mars is not in his 50s or 60s. Even if that was the real Bruno Mars. And then you talking to this guy, you're having conversations with him, and his accent, unless he was able to disguise it, unless he has a very good English accent, to where you can't tell he's from Nigeria. No, you wanted to have relations with this guy. That's why you went and sent all that money. That's why you got on Instagram. So as soon as you get on Instagram, what accounts was you following? Was you following all the accounts that the younger kids are following? That must be what it is. That had to be what it is. Now you would look at some of these older women, right? And they claim that, oh, I ain't looking at no young dudes like that. Yes, they are. Not all of them, but there are those that are. Especially the ones that are older and single, right? Again, the kids grown up, the grandkids done grew up. They by themselves. Like, listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I was walking out of a store. This was maybe a year and a half ago. And I was walking out. I was in a rush. And as soon as I left out the door, walking towards the parking lot, there was this older woman, and she was with this little girl. Little girl could be no more than maybe about 4 or 5. And it was this older woman. I could tell she was older by her face, right? But the way her body looked and the way she was dressed, I could tell she probably be on IG every day. Cause she looked like a Instagram. If an Instagram, one of these really, really curvy Instagram models got older, that's how she looked. And she had like blonde, she had like a low cut blonde hair. And I'm small waist, big hips. I like, yeah, okay. And she seemed like she pleasant. I walked by, I said, hey, she was like, hey, you know. But like I said, I was in a rush. I was like, okay. But when I got to come, I'm like, well, damn. First, cause like, I'm telling you, she dressed like one of her nieces or one of her granddaughter or daughters or something. Like they shop at the same place. And the woman had to be at least in her late 50s, early 60s. You know. You know, so again, you got these older women, man. They be fishing out here for these dudes too. They want a good time too. Granny gotta have a life too. See, she told investigators a person pretending to be Bruno Mars reached out to her and made her believe that he was interested in pursuing a meaningful relationship. Now, listen, man. This woman must look good for her age. For her to believe that Bruno Mars, an award-winning multimillionaire recording artist, wants to be in a meaningful relationship with her. The documents state that the woman fell in love with the Mars account, and at the time she believed him to be the real singer because he has sent her multiple texts and photos of the artist while he was on tour. She also told investigators that he wanted to quit the tour to be with her. Oh, that's game.
$90,000 for somebody. I am in the wrong business. I need to start selling mine to these older women.
Listen, OB, man, I'm telling you, man, you got them out there. You got some of these grannies, man. They out here tricking harder than any dude ever could. I mean, $100,000 in a month's time, $100,000, and he's like, I'm gonna quit the tour to be with you. Dude said he was gonna quit the tour to be with her. The Mars account then began asking the woman for money. According to investigators, she was asked to make out a $10,000 check to a friend of the band for tour expenses, and then 2 days later draw out more funds, this time amounting to $90,000. Each amount was deposited in separate accounts, which were each held by Azanwu, I keep saying this guy's name wrong, and alleged accomplice, Basil. According to the document, after warrants were executed on the accounts, investigators found a $90,000 deposit in Azanwu's account, which was later found to be withdrawn down to a zero balance. Investigators then separately interviewed Azanwu and Amadi. In the document, Amadi said he knew Azanwu, but Azanwu claimed not knowing Amadi or the reason for the $90,000 withdrawal. Both men are charged with money laundering, though Amadi's arrest record in the case was not immediately stated. In Harris County Probate Cause Court, Azanwu's bail was set at $30,000. So is that all it takes for one of you dudes' grandmother to end up with one of these guys, sending you a couple of pictures being on tour? You know, tell her, I'm going to quit the tour. I'm going to leave it all. I'm going to leave it all just to be with you. That's all it took for him to get $100,000. That's all it took. You didn't notice the accent? Notice Bruno Mars is more local than this guy. And they claim now that it's a big operation. It's a big operation going on, and that these guys are a part of. Amazing. This is why I have this stream titled what I have it titled, man. Delusional dating standards of delusional. Women are too delusional about relationships. You got two sides of the spectrum. You have a younger woman, right? And then you got an older woman who got financially screwed out of $100,000, all for vanity reasons. She thought she was gonna get some young meat, so she was willing to shell out that money. You a 63-year-old woman. You think this guy, Bruno Mars, who I believe is in his 30s, right, is just gonna leave all the groupies alone to get? I'm just being real. He gonna leave all the groupies alone? Right, the bank should have stopped her, Tiffany. Absolutely. The bank should have flagged the money and say, hey, wait a minute, you can't withdraw that amount. What do you, because usually if you're withdrawing big amounts of money from your bank, they're gonna ask you what you want it for. Because a lot of times, even if you're getting a cashier's check, they're gonna ask you, who do we make this out to? They're not just gonna give you a blank check like that, especially if you're taking out a big amount. They're going to want to know where it's going. They're going to want to know, why are you taking out this amount of money? What are you taking it out for? Are you buying a home? Are you buying property? Who is this going to? Like, whose name do we put on this? That's what they're going to ask you. They just not going to let you just take out $100,000 like that, without asking questions, without flagging and say, hey, we can't withdraw that amount. You'd have to come back after maybe about a week or 2 weeks, and then you could take another part out. Because some banks will only let you, when you're using your bank card, you can only take out but so much at the ATM, right? You only take out so much money at the ATM. They have an amount to where, a limit where you can only withdraw this amount. You can't be withdrawing a whole bunch of money. But that's what the bank does. The bank do that. I'm telling you, go to your bank and try to take out a bunch of money. That's exactly what they're going to ask you. What are you going to be using this for? Who do we make this out to? That's exactly what they're going to ask you. And then they might want more, identification from you. I took out 8G to buy my motorcycle, and the teller politely asked me who to make it out for. Right, Ramir? They will do that. They will do that. If you take out a certain amount, they're gonna want to know, who you taking it out for. Who you want us to make this to. But they're not just gonna let you take out. The fact that they let her take out that amount of money is crazy to me. Unless, like, she's well known at her bank for years and they trusted her. Like, okay, look, you've been in our bank for a long time. We'll let you get this money. But a lot of times, man, you trying to take out, a good chunk of money, they're going to want to know why you're taking it out. But yeah, anything like over, because the first check was $10,000, and then the second was $90,000, and it's like $90,000. That's when they should have stepped in and said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. We can't let you take out this amount. This, there's something going on here, man." But they didn't do it, and now all the money that she sent is gone. Maybe she'll be able to recover. It may take a while. She said, "The hell with Social Security." Right? Like that's money she got put up. Usually temporarily freeze the account if it's unusual behavior until they verify it's you and you're authorizing transaction. Right? Yeah, they will. They will freeze that account if they think that this money's being taken out fraudulently. Wait a minute, hold on. They want to know why you taking all this money out, okay? Because they're gonna ask questions, and they're gonna want to put a name. Like if you're getting a cashier's check, they're gonna want to put a name on there, and they will print it. They're not gonna write; they're gonna print it. They're gonna go and put it in the print machine. But this woman really thought that she was getting with Bruno Mars. Did she even know who Bruno Mars is? Let me ask y'all something. Do any of any older women in your family or older women that you know who Bruno Mars is? Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. T Malone says yes. Okay, so you have older people, older women in your family know who Bruno Mars is. Okay, so maybe she did know who Bruno Mars was, but Bruno Mars has like millions of followers with a verified check on his account. Did she provide receipts of that? Because if you can't, then they're gonna tell you, listen, this ain't Bruno Mars. And then she's talking to this guy, man. Bruno Mars does not have a Nigerian accent. Doug says yes. Ramir say yeah. Don't forget he sings like old school music. Yeah, I know that, Ramir, but I'm saying like, she would have to be speaking to Bruno Mars through his verified Instagram account. If she's speaking to him on some parody account, then she should know the difference. And you're talking to this guy on the phone. So if you've heard his music, I'm pretty sure you may have heard his interviews. Maybe not, to know what he sounds like. He doesn't sound like he has a Nigerian accent. Yeah, that random woman, they do ask those questions. Yep. If you're withdrawing a lot of money, they're gonna ask you those questions. Because they want to protect themselves, but they also want to keep you from making a stupid mistake. They got her the stat that single women over 40 are the people who go broke the most because they get scammed easily. And that's crazy because they said with age comes experience, right? So the older you get, you should be able to notice certain things quicker. But loneliness does things to people, man. When you are a lonely person, especially a lonely woman, man, it does things to you. All a guy has to do is look a certain way, maybe, speak a certain way to you. And you got women who are, and again, I've heard a lot of stories like this. I think I have a live stream on this channel speaking about this guy that was scamming a whole bunch of women. One guy. Was they singing to her? He must be did sing to her. Yeah, if it don't have a blue check mark, it ain't real. She probably thought it was given to someone in need. In her mind, a good deed. Little they know, they both had greed up their sleeve. And that's the thing also, like, she definitely was trying to help herself. He'd be like, baby, I'm taking out too much. If you're older, man, you should notice this stuff. I'm sorry. If you're young and you're inexperienced about life and you don't understand people's behaviors, and like, it's easy to get scammed at one point. But when you're over the age of 40, those are certain things you should see. But if you are lonely and you want attention, you want companionship, you will go through a lot of means in order to get that companionship, unfortunately. He was singing Afrobeat music. And she was like, oh, is this new music? Yeah, I know Nicole Murphy got scammed. Appreciate that, Insomatic. Shout out to you. She probably sent him all type of pics. He sent her pictures. She sent him some.
Respect.
Appreciate it. Salute to everybody that's here. But man, like, I'm telling you, man, the delusion is real. From the extremes. Like, you have the extreme of the lady here crying on video. And then you got the extreme of the older woman losing 100,000 to some scamming Nigerians. T. Malone could dance, sing, and do that thing with his tongue and still won't make me part of my money. But T. Malone, these guys be out here practicing. These guys be practicing. They be brushing up on their scams, how they gonna talk to these women. They be teaming. Like, these guys be teaming up. You got one guy that's talking to you on the phone. You got another guy that's texting you, sending you stuff. They be working like teams. And I think I've seen this before too, where they work in teams. You got dudes working together, scamming chicks. We need to monitor the elders in the family. Exactly, Rain and Woman. We definitely need to be watching what they're watching. If they're on social media, we got to be seeing who pages they're following, who they're chatting it up with, because they could be talking to somebody younger than you. They probably talking to some 20-year-old dude. Talking to some young dude on Instagram or maybe even on TikTok. They got comment sections on TikTok. These women, I bet you somebody's grandmother's on TikTok right now commenting on somebody's video. They on TikTok, they on Twitter, they on Facebook, got Snapchats too, YouTube. Go to Jake Paul's page. You probably got a couple of MILFs in the comment section. Some of these guys in the manosphere. I bet you you got some older ladies there too. On the dating coach pages. Soaking in all the game. I'm telling you, man. Hey, we definitely gotta definitely monitor what they watching, man. Cause one of y'all aunties, or even one of your grandmothers, man, they could be out here trying to, make plans with one of these dudes, man, who might be from the continent. Who knows? Smooth talkers are the one to look out for. There's a lot of smooth talkers out here. A lot of these guys, they know how to talk to these ladies, man. They done got so much. They done worked, and then they done been in the field. They've been working, and you know, perfecting their game, man. That's how they get good at it. It ain't just about sex to them. It's about the money and the control and being able to manipulate. You know, they get a high off of that. They get high off of being able to make a person do things, like give them money, right? Because what's one of the things that people won't part with? They will sleep with a dude before they give him money. But now it's the other way around now. They'll give them money before they sleep with them. It used to be the other way around. Now these chicks is giving money before they even have any relations with these guys. That's why we got so many of these homosexuals out here, man. It might be on OnlyFans, and when you walk in a room, they switch it to Farmville. You're right. They got them apps. They be on them sites. They got them apps. They absolutely be on. They probably got a couple of accounts they signed up to. You know, everybody's on social media now. It ain't like it was 10 years ago. Some people may have had a Facebook here or there, you know, but now, oh man. They're giving money to dudes, but yeah, they are sending money to dudes in jail. Send them money, probably paying it, you know, helping them with their cases with lawyers, and yeah, it's weird, man. We are in a weird time, but a lot of this stuff has been going on though. Just it's more out there now, I guess, you know. You about grandma get in those no mail. Get JC Petty, high rise, cotton breeze. Yeah, she trying to sexy it up. Yeah, these grannies are out here trying to sexy it up, man. They're saying F it. They trying to, especially if they still got a body on them. They trying to sexy it up too. But shout out to everybody that's here, man. I appreciate it. Y'all being here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let me know if you appreciate the stream, you know. It's good being back. I definitely see myself going live tomorrow. There was a topic I was going to speak about Wednesday. I decided to put it off until Friday. That I think will be good. Let's see. Make sure y'all go to the Teespring store, man, and go and pick up this. I'm going to have the Chat Elite stuff in there soon, too.
I guess fakies are played out in 2021. Most older women these days want the real thing to get their grove back.
Right. Listen, they want that real thing. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be by themselves. They want to have somebody. You know, somebody's better than nobody. Right? Unfortunately, that's how it is. But yeah, man, go over there. Like I said, I'm gonna have the Chat Elite stuff in there probably over the next week. I don't want to put everything up there now. So one by one, I'll put everything up there. But yeah, man, go to Teesprings and get something. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, shout out to the people on Patreon. I'll have a new Patreon video out sometime this weekend. Hopefully y'all done went and seen the new stuff I put over there. But yeah, part 2 of the slorification of America. I'm gonna do my part 2 of that, featuring the silhouette challenge, and these heifers doing the silhouette challenge, and why I feel like it's detrimental to the mental health of women, especially melanated women. I think it's detrimental to their mental health with these challenges. You know, because once you slurred it up so much, you blurred the lines, and now you think that every day is every day. If you're not being slutty, then you're not being normal. Being slutty is going to become the normality. You literally going to be seeing women walking around with little to nothing, because it's going to be normal to be slurish. It's going to be normalized. It's already becoming normalized. And if you criticize them, they're going to say you're bullying them. All right? And that's a new thing. You seeing women throw their whole dating life away by trying to be as slutty as possible. That's why the slurification of America is almost complete, man. And these women wonder why they can't get a man or keep one. All right. That's it for me. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate y'all being here. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care. And yeah, that's it for me. All right.